Spider-Man is known for a lot of things, but here recently, he's been known for one thing that has been growing and growing for many years. Some would argue that Spider-Man becoming a multiversal character started with the MCU taking a turn towards the multiverse in more recent phases of the MCU. Or some would say it was Into the Spider-Verse, which I will say I love that movie. Incredible movie. But what brought Spider-Man to become a multiversal character happened way before that. It happened when the Spider-Verse comics came out, and even a little bit before that, which we're going to be talking about today. Hi guys, my name is Zach, and today I'm going to give you a brief history of the Spider-Verse. This really all starts with the term Spider Totems, which got coined in The Amazing Spider-Man number 42 back in June of 2002 by J. Michael Straczynski. In his run, it introduced the concept that Peter got his powers due to the will of a spider god, which was very controversial for some fans. So let me go in more depth and explain what spider totems are. Basically, spider totems is a term to refer to people like Peter and Cindy Moon, who have been granted powers by these ancient spider gods who protect the web of life and destiny. What is the web of life and destiny, you ask? Great question. Let's get into it because it's weird. The web of life and destiny, in short terms, is literally the thing that holds the Marvel multiverse together. And these spider totems are the guardians of it. They protect it in each universe, and if one of them or multiple of them are killed, then the stability of the multiverse goes down alongside them. Now, a couple writers would come in after Straczynski and mess around with the idea of the multiverse and Spider-Man and all that fun stuff, but it really started to hit mainstream with Spiderverse. He said it! Which came out in 2014, went on to 2015. It was a great run. The plot basically centered around the spider totems being hunted by energy vampires. Energy spider vampires. I'm not joking.
So much for Spider-Man. Now to get Jameson.
Spider-Man will return after these messages. Let's return for more of Spider-Man.
I would actually like to go back and talk about the hidden, not talked about enough at least, kind of secret origin to this whole idea of Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse. The video game Shattered Dimensions. Amazing video game. It came out around 2010 and it featured the Amazing Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, Spider-Man Noir, and 2099. And they were all working together and you could switch between them. It was a really good game. And Dan Slott came out of that work because he worked on that game. He came out of that and started talking to other writers. And that's what really started this Spider-Verse idea. When he also heard about spider totems, he took that idea and he crafted it into Spider-Verse. And that's kind of how we really got Spider-Verse. Okay, so after that comic came out, it hit the mainstream pretty big. There was this one picture, I'm gonna put it up on screen right now, that floated around forever. I remember growing up during that time, hearing about this event and getting it myself and reading it. That was such a big thing. It was really cool. It was a time that, honestly, going back and looking at it is a very good time for Spider-Man comic, especially compared to what we have now. Spider-Man comics kind of blew up, had a big sales upward spiral for a while there after Spider-Verse. It was something not seen a lot in comics at the time, and it was done very, very well. So they did it again. Spider-Geddon. It was a sequel to Spider-Verse, which basically showed the inheritors make their way out of where they were imprisoned, and they're back for revenge because they're energy vampires. Run. But there's a lot in this, like, in this run. There is so much. I highly recommend you go and read it yourself. I prefer Spider-Geddon over Spider-Verse. Might be controversial. You see some cool Spider-Man in there. You see PS4 Spider-Man, which is pretty cool. You see, oh God, what were those things called? Hold on. I literally have one right here. You literally see this little guy. You see him in the comic. You see him. You get to meet him. He's very sweet. Very, very sweet. Sweet little guy. But I will say Spider-Geddon didn't have as much of a cultural impact that Spider-Verse did. Spider-Verse, I mean, it even spawned a movie adaptation with Into the Spider-Verse, which is very loosely based on that, like extremely loosely. We'll see how Across the Spider-Verse adapts that, which, speaking of, I am going to see Across the Spider-Verse in like 3 hours, so woo, we'll see. I can't wait to see Spectacular Spider-Man. Woo. But yeah, I just find it very interesting to look back on Spider-Man's history with the multiverse and see how over time he's kind of became the go-to multiverse character for Marvel with the Spider-Verse, because fans eat it up. The merchandising, the opportunities to bring back old Spider-Man, fans eat it up every time. I mean, I'm one of them, so yeah, I get it. So it's just very interesting to look back on it, and it's not going away anywhere. And I did leave out a lot of stuff. It's called A Brief History for a reason. If you have any question, you can be sure to let me know in the comments. But in conclusion, Spider-Man has really became a multiversal character over the years. There's no denying that. There really is. In his current runs, it's kind of gone back to a status quo reset, which Spider-Man always does, unfortunately. Spider-Man in the Multiverse, that was a brief history of it. Thank you all for watching. I'm glad to be back. Expect more videos coming very soon. Bye, guys.